2023 before these teams and these drivers get to go on a much probably needed hiatus and some R&R, and then right into trying to develop for 2024 at a very fast and strong pace. I'm your host, Jay Wolfpack Performance Star Podcast, home of F1 Minute, the hottest live show on the planet that includes you in the content creation. And I just want to talk a little bit before the race starts in regards to the situation with Max Verstappen and just the pit lane situation. All right. So the pit lane situation, we already know that pit lane has a rule change. Again, the rule change is there is no passing in the pit lane exit anymore. And I had already mentioned that this would probably be the case because of a certain individual that just seems to think that everything bends and yields around him. And that is the problem. That is one of my problems with Max Verstappen and his character. Let's not forget that I find Max to be highly hypocritical. What's going on, Mary Beanie? What's happening? Yes, Jesse James Bell was so early. He was in here yesterday. He was so early. But let's not forget that this rule change started with Max Verstappen in Singapore. Let's not forget this. I don't know if some of these Max fans that are just acting as if Max is being picked on have distorted memory. Maybe they have memory loss. Maybe they have short-term memory. Whatever the case is, I just find it very odd that people are forgetting that Max Verstappen is the reason why this situation occurred. He is the reason why this rule was put in place. So I don't understand, why is it that people are acting like, oh, Max is being picked on? No, Max is not being picked on. Max is the reason why this whole pit lane pass rule came into place. Okay? He was the problem. Literally, Max Verstappen was the problem. Like right now, I guess you all, like a lot of people are being programmed that, oh, Max has always been trying to get by in pit lane and people been blocking him. No, Max was the person blocking everybody else in pit lane. Max was the person driving obnoxiously slow in pit lane. Now, all of a sudden, Max is like, oh, they're in my way. They're driving slow. Max, you were driving slow. Max, you were blocking pit lane when the green ass light was lit. This was you, bro. You were the problem. And it is funny how people now are like, oh, he was the problem. Yes, that's Max Verstappen. The light is green in pit lane exit. He is stopped and blocking all of those drivers in a line from getting on track. That was Max. Did you all forget that? Did you all forget this? It's like you're delusional. You either have short-term memory loss, or you want us to believe that Max is not part of the problem and it's everybody else. Yo, this dude, Max Verstappen, like I always tell you all, his driving, awesome. His talent to pilot or drive a Formula One car, awesome. He is not the GOAT. I saw somebody leave a comment that Max was the GOAT. He is not the GOAT. You don't even have enough evidence, statistics, accomplishments to even name him the GOAT. Do you even know what the GOAT stands for? It's the greatest of all time. Max is not that. I am having a, like, people, y'all gotta cut this. Y'all gotta cut the bullshit. Like, it's too much bullshit going down. I'm just being real honest. It is way too much bullshit going down for people to just all of a sudden start talking about Max is the GOAT. I'm really lost at how people come up with this notion that Max is the GOAT. Max can't even act. Max acts like a spoiled child 9 times out of 10. That is not GOAT-like. I'm just being honest. Okay, so now pit lane, you can't pass. But what about driving slow? And we went over this before, right? Max driving slow. For some reason, people are thinking like, oh, this is not true. Max has never. No, Max has done this. Max is the problem why this is occurring. I'm gonna show you again in case you forgot, in case you lost your damn memory. This is Max in Mexico. Tell me that ain't slow. That's Max in Mexico. Past the line now. He's able to speed as he is speeding now and acting like everybody's slow. Look at Max. Look at him. And he's blocking somebody from going around right there. Look at him just creeping and crawling and creeping and crawling. Max, it was the one driving slow. Bro was the problem. And now all of a sudden people are grabbing their damn signs and protesting that people are blocking Max. Max has always wanted to get by. Max is always, and it's very funny. This is what I find also funny. It's always funny how the narrative around something like this is different from when it's somebody else. All right. If it was me that was talking like Max is talking and doing what he's doing, it would be, oh, you're being a problem. This is a nuisance. Oh, how can you break the rules? You're causing hysteria on the track. But because it's Max, he's passionate. He just wants to get out there and get a hot lap laid. Okay, well, where was his passion here? Where was Max Verstappen's passion right here when he was driving slow and again blocking people on track? Okay, well, that ain't enough for you. You don't think that's the case? I mean, this is this year. These clips that I'm showing you are just GPs ago, not even at the beginning of the season ago. We're talking about recently, within the last few races this year. Let's not forget about this. Let's not forget about that. Now, all of a sudden, the rule change. Max want to drive fast and reckless over the line in the grass and could have potentially caused an incident in pit lane exit. That's what could have took place. But now, as of recently in Abu Dhabi, it could have been even worse. It could have been worse. I think people are missing the potential danger that not only is Max Verstappen causing in pit lane exit, hell, in the pits, but around other drivers. You changed the rules to fit Max, and then now Max is going the other direction. Max was the one blocking drivers. Max was the one going slow. But now in Abu Dhabi, Max could have been the driver. And you know what? I don't wish it would have happened, but had it happened, you all would be looking dumb as hell. And Max would be looking like the ass that he truly is. Why? Because he potentially could have damn injured somebody. He could have injured somebody. If you look right there, that cameraman, Max calling himself to be squeezed. No, you squeezed yourself. You squeezed yourself. You're crossing a double white solid line before the line in which you technically are out of the pits in pit exit, and you potentially could have lost your car, or maybe something could have happened and you could have hit that cameraman that is well in his rights to be there. Evidently, you could have hit the cameraman. And let's say that he's not. You're not supposed to even be right there passing cars any damn way. You could have hit the cameraman. Now we're talking about somebody being damaged, somebody being injured due to due to Max Verstappen's stupidity, his arrogance, his blatant disrespect and disregard for everyone else because he thinks he is the one of all. And that is a problem. And he is the one who believes this because FOM, FIA, Liberty Media, and F1 damn near allowed him to be this way. You're creating a monster. And let me tell you, he's still a very emotional monster. This is a problem. This has been a problem. And they're not making it any better. So here we come now to Abu Dhabi with these crappy situations. Look at that. Look at that. Look at the cameraman. Did you not see the cameraman? The cameraman jumps out of the way. He leaps out of the way. Look at that. He has to leap out of the way because he's in fear that a Formula One car is about to run smack dab into him because of dumbass Max Verstappen doing shit like that. See, people don't like when I call this out. They want to say I'm hating on Max. There's no hate there. There is just observing a damn potential situation that could have been damaging not only to the sport, but to somebody's family and Max's career. Where were you going to go, Max? I mean, look at this. Look at this, bro. I could show you a video again. Remember, this was Max driving stupidly slow in Mexico. Come on, y'all. Y'all can't keep Y'all can't keep condoning this and trying to make excuses for this man. Y'all can, but you look ridiculous continuously making excuses for these type of behavior patterns. What type of shit do you support in your life? You supporting somebody acting this way, and that's supposed to be a GOAT? That's supposed to be a legend? You know what? You'll get legend one day. I mean, Alonzo is considered to some people a legend. And look at the shit he's done. He's done some damn right, outright disrespectful, down dirty crap. When you try to pay people to damn pretty much sabotage a teammate, you low of low, bro. You low of low. Like, come on, look at this. Come on, man. Where you go? It's free practice, bro. It's free practice. This ain't even qualifying. This is not even qualifying. And this is the nonsense. And for people to continuously make excuses and act like I'm just, oh, you being too hard on Mac. No, that's bullshit. That is unneeded. This is free practice. This is not even qualifying. What are we doing? It's not raining. I don't care about the red flag situation. It's free practice. In a weekend, we have 3 sessions of it. That's not needed. That's just somebody doing and getting away with what he can because he knows they're going to allow him to get away with it. That's exactly what that is. The behavior of a spoiled ass brat on track, thinking he could do whatever he wants and everybody else is in his way. That's not very sensible. And it really cracks me up that you'll have people get in the comment section and defend that. The cameraman jumps out of the way. Jumps out of the way. Look at this. This is just stupid. It's just stupid. I wish he would have ruined the Red Bull car so they could have went back and said, you know what, Max, that really wasn't even necessary. I wish he would have clipped that barrier. I wish Max would have clipped that barrier under low speed because he wouldn't have been injured. But potentially the cameraman could have been injured. But this is what people are saying. Eventually, people are to the point where they are saying it's going to take that type of situation for the damn organization of Formula One and FIA to realize that they have gone too far with allowing and building a damn manufactured champion and letting him get away with so much that he thinks he can do whatever he wants to the point somebody gets injured or worse, killed, for them to realize we messed up. Like, we can't keep letting him go like this. You think? Duh. It's a no-brainer. And I'm glad they suspended, I'm going to call it suspended because ain't no telling if they're going to bring it back, pit lane exit passing, because it shouldn't have ever been allowed. What should have been done is Max should have been penalized in Singapore. He should have been penalized in Brazil. He should have been penalized in Mexico. You should have never changed the rules for Max. Never change the rules. If you all forget, if jackasses forget and want to say like, oh, Max, this is your boy. That's Max right there acting crazy. That's Max. You want to forget, this was also Max holding up everybody in pit lane. That's Max right there for you, doing what he want to do. That was Max. He's a hypocrite. Max is a big hypocrite. He is a big hypocrite. You want to see again? Here's something else. Here you go. That's Max driving slow. It's the same dude that's complaining about people now talking about they driving slow. They blocking me. That's Max blocking drivers and driving slow, looking in his mirrors. He's looking in his mirrors to block people, and he's driving slow. Let's not forget about the situation that occurred. I think that was also in Singapore when Lewis was trying to go around because Max was driving slow in pit lane exit. And instead of letting Lewis go by, which he claims he should be down, he tries to jut over and hit Lewis in the pit lane exit. Let's not forget about that. Let's not forget about that. I'm not going to let people forget about this shit that they keep wanting to act like it's not happening. Max is a big hypocrite. He contradicts himself plenty of times with his actions and his words. He goes out there, does things, and then when people do it to him, he complains about it. This is a fact. When people do things that Max does to other people, he complains about it. He complains about it. We've seen it several times. This is no different. Now that he's complaining about people driving slow, he was the one driving slow. And this is why I say I can't vibe with Max. I can observe his ability on track and all that other stuff, but as a person and a character that he displays, at least from this view, nah. I wouldn't even be with it if he was he's an aggressive driver, right? But sometimes Max is not just aggressive, he's borderline reckless. No, forget borderline. He is reckless. He's reckless. Straight up. He is reckless. And they allow him to be reckless, and he's going to keep doing it until finally somebody says, enough is enough. When that would be, I can't even tell you. I can't even tell you when that's going to be. So we're about to see a race in almost half an hour's time. We will be here live. We're also going to be in the Wolves Den later on today, so don't forget about that. And I also just want to talk about, I will talk briefly about Christian Horner and his shenanigans while we are here. Christian Horner is not only a liar, he's a narcissist. He's just blatantly, damn right, ridiculous. He's just ridiculous. Christian Horner wants to sit up here and start causing rumors and making up things as far as Lewis Hamilton reaching out to him. Honestly, at this time, at first, I did the video and I said, you know what? I don't know, who may be telling the truth. Maybe something happened and it's just not being portrayed correctly, but maybe Lewis did reach out. And I also told you all, to some degree, if Lewis's representation did reach out, then hey, I mean, they're doing their due diligence to try to make sure they get their client in the best situations to win again, because Mercedes hasn't done so. But at this point in time, I saw Lewis recant that and say what he said. And honestly, Christian has modified his story to some degree on different platforms. He's lying. He's lying. He may have had a conversation with Anthony Hamilton, but it was not a conversation to what he is alluding to. Lewis did not reach out to you. Then representation reached out to you. Is Anthony Hamilton technically, officially representation of Lewis? Then he's like, I don't know what part he plays in Lewis's representation, because you don't even know if he represents Lewis. You don't even know that. You're just talking out your ass, putting things out there as we go into Abu Dhabi, being disrespectful for real, and you're lying. This is the same man that in Drive to Survive said he wanted to ride Lewis like a horse. This is the same guy. This is the same guy that said he wanted to ride Lewis Hamilton like a horse. Alluded to it. Remember? The same guy. This guy is not believable in so many ways. We've had several conversations over the years about Lewis joining. Who? So does that mean Red Bull have really been wanting to acquire Lewis? Who's having these conversations? So here we go again with this is what I mean by the Red Bull, the Red Bull integrity, the Red Bull culture. Red Bull as an organization have so many blemishes, it's not funny. But then people get mad. You can't dispute some of the articles of evidence that I have brought forth explaining and describing Red Bull's ways. That marketing shit that was very damn near racist, if not damn discriminative, that was real. That other Red Bull marketing of Obama chasing a banana with people in blackface, that was real. Racial text messages from an employee of Red Bull disrespecting Lewis Hamilton and got fired, that was real. Christian Horner exciting a whole racial social media outrage because of Silverstone 2021, that was real. Apology post from Honda, even more so disgusted about Red Bull's organization and what happened, that was real. You can't dispute that. That's real factual evidence. You just want to be blind to it. So when I constantly call to carpet what I see, don't be mad. Just understand it's happening. And you're part of the problem too. Either be part of the problem, be part of the solution. I'm all for equal opportunity and conversation and understanding and even some debate. But when y'all try to act like these things don't exist, that's just a problem. Sylvia Witt Kelly, Lewis gave an interview and said he hasn't spoken to him in a couple years. Thank you. Also in DTS, Karen said, wish Lewis would just shut the F up. The man is trash. Thank you. That's a fact. That's a fact. While Lewis Hamilton was being rewarded because he earned the win, that man, Christian Horner, I wish he just shut the F up. Why? Because he winning? So all these people talking about, oh, people upset because Red Bull being dominant. I'm not upset about Red Bull being dominant. I'm not upset about Max winning. What I don't like is the way they came into it. And that's why you got 650,000 people that dropped off from viewership. That's why you have so many other platforms and people who are GOATs in their respective sports not really respecting Max and his because of how it was done. People don't like cheaters or people that are theft by receiving. In 2021, Red Bull was a thief by receiving. Jonathan Wheatley and Christian Horner were pushing for what they know wasn't right to be done. Point blank, period. You can't change it. Nobody's ever going to forget about it. You wish they would so you could go on with your imaginative life that everything Red Bull did was within bounds of competition, but it wasn't. You can't change it. That's a fact. They breached the cost cap. That's a fact. What happened in 2021 Abu Dhabi was a scandal and was a cheat situation. That's a fact. Max Verstappen's character is very questionable. He wrecked somebody in a damn sim race. That's a fact. Can't change that. You just don't like it that we call it out. And I'm going to be straight up real with it. I done called Lewis out too. But I'm sorry, everything's not equal. Lewis doesn't do as much dumb shit as Max does. I mean, what are you going to do? He doesn't do as much dumb shit as Max does. Toto is not out here acting outlandish like Christian Horner is. Christian Horner's still talking about Abu Dhabi 2021 on talk shows and game shows. In a very delusional manner, but hey, he's going to do that. He's got to defend his guy. He's great at that. Christian Horner is great at defending people that are on his, well, Max. He's not great at defending Checo. Good at putting him out front for a couple of bullets to get hit, but he ain't great at defending them, so that's even conditional. So anyway, we got 30 minutes before the race comes on. And we're going to be popping on everything coming very soon. So we will be here live again. Let's enjoy the race. It could be a very good race. I think it might be a decent race. I think these drivers, it kind of is funny at the end of the season because drivers kind of tend to want to check out a little bit. They're like getting done with it, you know. And I mean, you know, I'm going to just show you this again. That's Max Verstappen holding up pit lane and all drivers in pit lane, just saying. Just had to make sure people see that again because, you know, they forget very quickly. But, yeah, drivers at this point in time, you know, some of them might be checking out. They might be ready to go. The season is not going well for a lot of teams, which we're definitely going to talk about that. And we'll be here live throughout the offseason. I'm going to be doing events throughout the offseason. I'm going to be giving away stuff throughout the offseason. We have a VIP member to present today on this channel. We got somebody that's going to be spending for a gift card on this channel. There are going to be some changes coming next season to Kickback Quality Trivia. So we're going to come on live for that later in the off season, talk about a lot of things to come. There is an event that I am very excited about that's going to happen. Actually, two events that's going to happen. We're going to have an event, a racing event that is going to be giving away the prize, the sim racing gear. And then we're going to have another event that I'm going to be very kind of quiet about until then, but I am more excited about that because it's just another form, a way for me to give back to you as a community and just letting you all know how much I appreciate what you do. And we all do know that everybody's contribution is not equal, and some people contribute and participate on another level, and they should be celebrated. You know, they should be. And so I'm very excited about that. Doesn't have any less appreciation for all of you at all, but we are going to have an event, and I'm very excited about that. So if you haven't eaten yet, go ahead and get ready to get some breakfast. Get your cups of coffee, maybe your water, maybe your smoothie, your donuts, your waffles, your pancakes, your bacon, whatever it is that you're going to get. Go ahead and get it ready. This race is about to start in 30 minutes. We'll be back here live again. I really appreciate you all. But yes, the rule was changed because of Max, and the rule is even worse now because of Max, and now they've changed it because of Max. So he is the problem all the way around. All right, Wolfpack out. Peace.